The explosive new evidence of Biden family's breathtaking corruption. Y'all know I've been following this corruption for years. I got all the receipts, and Congress is finally figuring out something that I have been reporting on for years, and they're starting to slowly trickle out some of this information, which the DOJ is completely disinterested in. They caping for the Biden family and protecting the Biden family. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store where I have I Will Not Comply t-shirts as well. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. I post articles throughout the day there as well. All right, let's talk about this wild news. The sheer magnitude of Biden family corruption uncovered by the House Oversight Committee can only be described as breathtaking. It is also deeply alarming. If the fruits of Chairman James Comer's investigation are exactly what they appear to be, Joe Biden may have jeopardized our nation's security by selling out America for cold hard cash. Again, this is nothing new. I've been reporting on this for years now, but documents show that over 10 million in foreign money flowed like a river into more than 20 shell companies and LLCs created for the Biden's financial benefit, said Comer. Much of it was them surreptitiously shuffled around various accounts before it landed in the hands of 9 members of the president's family. 9 members was in on this. Those companies have no apparent business purpose other than to serve as a receptacle for holding cash derived from suspected influence peddling schemes overseas. The incriminating evidence comes from thousands of subpoenaed banking records, wire transfers, and electric transactions contained in more than 170 suspicious activity reports, or SARS, that were flagged by banks and sent to the criminal division at the Treasury Department. So they so even the banks thought this stuff was suspicious, and they gave it to the Treasury Department, who did absolutely nothing about this. The Biden administration refused to cough up those records until the committee recently forced its hand. There are still more documents to be examined, suggesting that the Biden profiteering could far exceed the millions of dollars already tracked. I believe it's millions more. But in Washington, where corruption is a graft, corruption and graft are endemic, the Bidens appear to have taken in to dizzying heights. While greed was the likely motive, concealment was the key to success. In just one deal alone, more than $1 million involved 16 different wire transfers, ran through 5 different bank accounts before the funds eventually landed into Biden family hands. So they knew they knew what they were doing were illegal. So because why else would you need 16 different wire transfers in 5 different bank accounts? Because you're trying to hide where the money originally came from. This and other transactions were well hidden, quote, in a web of deception and corruption, noted committee member Rep. Byron Daniels. Cycling through this many companies serves no other purpose but to disguise illicit, if not illegal payments, he concluded. And that's exactly what I was alluding to. The only reason you would transfer money between 16 different transfers with 5 different banks is because you're trying to hide where the money came from. That's the only rationale. It has always been a misconception that these shady deals never occurred while Joe Biden was in office. The committee discovered that a stunning number of wire transfers happened when Biden served as vice president. And I said that already. I said this was happening when he was vice president. But it is no coincidence that the money sources came from the very countries over which the VP exerted control over foreign policy decisions. What was being bought? More to the point, what were the Bidens selling? Access, as well as promises of future influence that would benefit America's adversaries. A partial answer may reside in a specific document Comer is seeking from the FBI. A credible whistleblower informed the committee that the unclassified record depicts a, quote, criminal scheme involving then Vice President Biden and a foreign national in, quote, exchange of money for policy decisions. Biden's repeated claims of innocence and his efforts at misdirection are belied by the known facts. He maintains that he knew nothing about his son's nefarious activities. I think he's getting ready to throw Hunter under the bus. Yet visitor logs prove that Hunter's partners and clients visited his father at the White House more than 80 times when he was vice president. So I mean, you can't hide these facts. Biden also insisted that his family never took money from China, but the committee's newly revealed records show that roughly $6 million was banked by the Bidens from just one of the copious deals with Beijing operatives who had close ties to the Chinese Communist Party and its intelligence apparatus. Citing the president's soft China policies, which I call out all the time. If Biden can do anything, if you got America best interests and then China's best interests, and Biden had to pick between the two, he's gonna pick China every time because they bought him off. But citing the president's soft China policies, Comer has drawn a nexus to Biden's questionable handling of COVID, TikTok, the spy balloon, theft of intellectual property, and China's manipulation of U.S. currency. And again, I pointed out all these things before, and he's doing it because of China owns him. But perhaps this explains his utter indifference and no meaningful action to protect vital American interests. The explosive new evidence seems to confirm what has long been suspected. Joe Biden and his family aggressively exploited his public office to confer benefits and favors on foreign entities or governments in exchange for money. If this was done to the detriment of our own interests as a nation, it has surely seemed so. These schemes would well constitute a variety of crimes that include bribery, fraud, and felony violations of Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. The use of multiple accounts to conceal cash activities would qualify as money laundering. Despite his lucrative overseas enterprises, Hunter Biden deliberately ignored the legal requirement that he register as a foreign agent under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, or FARA. His own emails show that he intended to evade compliance. As former federal prosecutor and Fox News contributor Andrew C. McCarthy explained, such a failure will make his transactions illegal under the law. And remember, what is the guy that got in trouble for not registering as a foreign agent under Trump? I cannot remember his name. Oh, Manafort. Paul Manafort. He got in trouble for not registering. But we know that Hunter Biden has been doing these deals for other countries and haven't registered at all, and he's still walking around like he's like nothing's wrong. But beyond the crimes identified under federal statutes, the actions of Joe Biden may rise to the level of an impeachable offense. The U.S. Constitution specifically states that a president can be removed for treason and bribery. Both would apply if the accusations against him are true and supported by credible evidence, which I think it is, and I think we do have credible evidence. This is exactly what our founding fathers feared the most. They worried that a future president might violate his sacred oath of office by secretly conspiring with malign foreign actors to betray our nation for self-enrichment. The money trail uncovered so far is a damning indictment of corruption at the highest level of government, the corruption occupant of the White House, Joe Biden. But let me know what you think about this madness. Leave your comments down below, like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.